In an industry where fabric weaves tales as old as time, and every silhouette tells a story, where AI merges with haute couture, and where knockoffs walk a razor's edge between taboo and innovation, what defines a fashion trend and thus sales are hardly whimsical decisions. Dive into a realm where Marie Antoinette's scandal meets Shein's digital disruption of today, where the past paints the canvases of tomorrow. Welcome to the gripping tale of the fashion industry's ever-evolving dance, from Versailles grandeur to algorithmic couture. Stay with us as we unravel the future of fashion, design, merchandising, and knockoffs. At the heart of Versailles in the 1770s, fashion was more than just fabric. It was a political statement. In an era before Photoshop, portraits were the medium for a form of image control. Marie Antoinette's chemise à la reine portrait in 1783 drew scandal for its informal style. Just a few years later, in an effort to reshape public opinion to project majesty and ensure reverence for the crown, she posed for another portrait, this time as a devoted mother amidst her children. Let's fast forward from Versailles in the 18th century, onto the roaring 1920s when Coco Chanel came to Hollywood and French theaters, all the way on to the former journalists who started Banana Republic using these exotic and fanciful storytellings in their magazine-like catalog, through to their acquisition by Gap in the early 1980s, onto cheaper versions of mass consumption in the 1990s, to modern bustling streets where it can be hard not to spot a Zara, especially in tourist hotspots of nearly any modern metropolis. If fashion's heart beats through its designs, its rhythm is orchestrated by retail and merchandising. If we rewind backwards, in 1927, Paul Messier, a luminary banker and thought leader, set the foundation for modern retail and merchandising with his principles, the 5 rights of merchandising. He professed that success hinges on delivering 1, the right merchandise, 2, the right quantities, 3, at the right time, 4, at the right price, and 5, in the right place. Today, nearly a century later, from luxury brands like Chanel to fast fashion stores like Zara, they all adhere to these timeless tenets, navigating the vast expanse of the $1.7 trillion global fashion industry. Zara and H&M have disrupted the fashion industry since the turn of the millennium, quickly creating cheaper replicas of high fashion designs from dresses to shoes to shirts, and now there's super fast fashion through companies like Shein, which uses AI to find trends through Instagram and other social media platforms as soon as they emerge, and they leverage their highly efficient, very secretive, semi-autonomous ability to design, create the necessary tech packs, including their bit of materials or bombs, merchandise, manufacture, and distribute within only a few short days. This is something that takes weeks for fast fashion brands like Zara and still takes months for most fashion houses. Shein's founder remains largely still unseen, yet his algorithmic empire, churning out these legal knockoffs from Instagram celebrity photos to photos that appear in Vogue for future collections that aren't available yet, has revolutionized the fashion industry, which is larger than the automotive industry in many Western countries, like the UK. Knockoffs, once taboo, are seen by many as a driver of innovation. One can copyright art, but art on a dress becomes clothing, and much of this copying can be done legally with impunity as long as the trademarks aren't used. Other innovation, like generative AI, is also transforming the fashion industry. The future holds that consumers and independent fashion designers may be able to describe, sketch as an option, and produce whole portfolios or even one-offs, and have them produced and shipped to themselves and friends or posted online for sale within a matter of weeks or even days. From designs to logistics, from merchandising to distribution and retail, generative AI is optimizing each step, often with uncanny speed. King Louis XIV of France, who some attribute as the founder of modern high fashion, once wrote, "Fashion is the mirror of history, reflecting political, social, and economic changes rather than mere whimsy." Fashion brands, like most brands, are about stories. Fashion can often represent who people aspire to be, or the journey that has been taken by themselves or others to get where they are. And often, it can be so much more. Stay tuned for more financial adventures.